you'll see a little red dot pop up, a little red saying that we are live. And guess what? We are
Sweet.
live. What is going on, everybody? Listen, what an honor to have the fastest chef in America on the podcast today. My man, Jeff Servin from ChefEatz, man. What is up?
What's happening, man? How are you doing?
Good, brother, man.
Hello,
Good.
everybody.
Just chilling, man. Sitting here, having a good time with you.
Yeah, man. I've been looking forward to this, man. It's a really good way to bring in the new year. So
yeah, me too,
stoked.
man. I always love doing podcasts. It's always an honor to sit down and talk to everybody, right? Like I want to get everybody involved in the sport because everybody plays their own important role in our community, right? So yeah, I really look forward to this, man. So listen, I want to get into it, man. I've been eyeballing this one for a while. So let's do it. So listen, Jeff Servin, man, who introduced you to motorcycles at a young age, and when did you actually start riding?
Oh man, so that's kind of a leveled question because when I was young, I saw motorcycles and just thought they were the fucking coolest thing on the planet. Pretty much anything with a motor that can push me through the air is something I've always been interested in, whether it was, the GoPed scooters back in the day. I don't know if you remember those little two-stroke things.
Yeah.
Those, I was obsessed with those. I didn't have any dirt bikes or anything. So, a lot of people ask me, oh, did you come from dirt? And I haven't, and honestly, I've never really ridden dirt, which I'd really, really like to get into. But yeah, I just fell in love with just motors, engines, moving through, through the wind and feeling the wind on your face. Owned a couple bikes when I was, my late 20s. And to be honest with you, man, I up here probably wasn't really ready to, hop on motorcycles and go super fast. So, I'm proud of myself in that regard that I waited to, jump on track and actually get a big boy bike and get out on the streets and stuff. But, I started riding a lot more often at the tail of the dragon, had a 2016 636, ended up wrecking that and then took a break for a little bit longer. I think about like 3-4 years. And then just recently bought a 21 ZX6R. And then I met a guy named Vinny over at Vinny's Speed Shop, who has been, I would probably say, the single most influential person for me when it comes to, getting on track and really learning the ins and outs of the industry, just everything about it. So, thank you, Vinny. I don't know if you're watching, but, Vinny's Speed Shop out on Blood Mountain, man, that's where it all really started. I started getting comfortable on a bike and was on Blood Mountain and outrode my talent, at the time. And that was I haven't put the bike back on the street since. So it's been, I think, a little over 2 years of just riding track. And it's been amazing, man. I just love it. Everything about it is a blast.
Yeah. It's, nothing like riding in general, right? Especially at the track, because I feel like once you get on the track, like all the pressures, right? Because it is a lot of pressure to ride on the street. Let's just be honest. And if people out there say it's not, you're lying to yourself, right? You got semis, you got people, especially so back when I was growing up and Jeff was growing up on the streets, we didn't have iPhones and Androids where people are Facebooking and TikToking and mic up, all this. So so it was more comfortable. Now in this day and age, it is a lot more pressure riding on the street. But once you transition that to the track, even if you still ride on the street like I do, it's still pressure, but it's less pressure, right? But again, to this day and age with the cell phones and people sitting at stoplights, it's been green for a minute and you're honking the horn going, what are you doing, lady? What, it adds a different element to it, man. It really does.
It does. And I mean, it translates back to what I noticed is, when you ride on the street, you kind of ride like everybody's out to kill you, and once you get on track, you start gaining habits that really help you with your awareness on the street. Though I haven't brought my race bike back on the street, I have ridden, quite a few times on the street, and somebody let me borrow their bike out on Blood and we'll go for a ride. But just noticing how you take in all the different visual inputs, and when you're on the street is a lot different than what I remember prior to, riding and racing on track. So, for anybody watching that hasn't jumped to track, do it. It's beneficial, in every aspect. So
No, yeah, for sure. It does, and especially I try to tell a lot of my buddies that ride on the street. I try to convert them all to the track. Like even if you just do it a couple times a year, take courses, man, learn, practice target fixation. It's so important. Proper body position, throttle
Yeah.
position, dude, everything, right? Quit holding the throttle like this, hold it like you're holding an ice cream cone the proper way, right? It's all that goes into it. But once you do get on the track and you really start to understand the riding and target fixation and noticing, oh, there's a car coming out this way, there's a deer over here, it
Right.
does make it safer on the street.
Yeah.
110% it does. I've never been at Tail of the Dragon, and I'm in Roanoke, Virginia. I'm not too far from it. I got a good buddy of mine, Jonathan. He's a big supporter. He's always trying to get me, man, let's go to the Tail. Let's go to the Tail. So I'm gonna have to take it up and go one time. I really want to try to ride it. I heard it's a lot of fun.
It is. It's a fun road, but it's chaotic. There's a lot of people out there riding outside of their limits, which I was one of.
Yeah.
And when I did crash, I realized I was lucky I didn't hurt anybody else. So that's when the decision came. Like, okay, maybe I'm not says grown up enough to have one of these because I'm not using it as responsibly. And I could probably argue that I'm still not, but I'm better.
Yeah, but
so
it's
fun. It is fun. It is a fun road. So if you do have a chance, get out there. It's a lot of fun.
I will, man. But you know as well as I do, and everybody that's watching and listening, even if you do or don't, it's once you get on that bike and you start to feel comfortable with it, you can't help yourself sometimes. I mean, let's just be honest, right? You're like, I'm not going to do a $140 today. I'm going to keep it under 90, right? And the next thing I know,
Well, and as you ride on track, you get a lot more comfortable going, at those speeds because you've fundamentally become a better rider, I suppose.
Yeah.
And that's a thing too. When I have gone out and borrowed a buddy's bike, I'm like, I'm not even really used to the bike, so I'll just cruise around, and then I find myself getting, egged on by one of my buddies, and then all of a sudden we're going a lot faster than we probably should be. So, being a grown up is tough sometimes when you're on a motorcycle.
It is. This is what I always tell my buddies when they're like, "Hey, Simcoe, you want to ride my bike?" I'm like, "Hell yeah! I ain't never crashed one of these before." They're like, "What? Wait."
Yeah.
Trying to see what that be like. Yeah, dude. So Mike Schumacher, what is up? He says, Jeffy does Chefy. Absolutely. Got the chef in the house. Yeah.
Miss you, buddy.
Zach Martin, L. Jeffy. I like it.
It's my dude.
Everybody knows Jeffrey Tate, man. My man. What is up?
Yes.
He says, ChefEatz, yo, buddy, 2024 gonna be fire. Absolutely.
Yes, it is.
And then my man
just
go ahead.
Yep. No, we just Tate just hit us up and joined up in the ChefEatz sponsorship, in which we were really proud to have him join the team. So that was really, really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So, hey, Jeff, you're Jeffing correctly. As Jeff's got to stick together. So
that's right. Yeah, Jeff's awesome, man. Me and him's actually been going back and forth, so I'm actually going to get him on too as well. Nice. and have a proper chat with him. But yeah, he's awesome. And then of course, dude, Jeff, I got my man Luca Allen, man. Luca Allen, he's over there in BSB. What is up, man? And then of course, the lovely Stephanie Servin. She's watching. What is up? Yeah, this is good. This is good stuff, man. We have a lot of people coming in right now watching. We will answer everybody's question, but yeah, I want to continue with this story because man, there's so much to talk about. Like I just want to pick your brain. So you went from street to the track, and now where did your love from cooking come from? Because I get it from my mom. Like I grew up watching my mom with all these home cooked meals. My mom never thought I paid attention. Once I got married and I got a kid, right, I'm cooking all this shit. So I call my mom. I'm like, hey, I did this and this, but how do I reduce this and make this? She's like, wait, what? You actually paid attention, right? I'm like, yeah, I did, right? So where did your love of cooking come from?
So my mom's an incredible cook. And I always loved, obviously eating her meals, but watching how she operated in the kitchen. But for the most part, we kind of weren't allowed in the kitchen, and which now I understand because there's oil popping and there's this shit going on and there's knives here and this is hot. And when you're trying to do that and kids are all around, I mean, I've got 4, so sometimes you're just like, you gotta go away. I know you guys are hungry. Please leave me alone.
I get it.
But I did watch from afar and never really dealt with much cooking at all until I've been front of the house for a long time. So when I was like 13, 14 years old, started working at like a TGI Fridays as like a busboy.
Yeah.
Worked my way up to being a server, went to school. I actually went to school for music. So I have a degree in recording arts and music business.
Nice.
Which is a whole nother thing. But I started working at restaurants at front of the house, doing server stuff, and worked with a guy who owned a couple different restaurants. And I asked him like, "Hey, you got any other, server positions at your other restaurant?" He said, "No, I don't have anything." I said, "Well, if you got anything, even back of the house, I'll take it. I just got to fill some, idle time." And he had a dishwashing position. So long story short, I did the dishwashing position for half a day. Lunch cook walked out, took over his job. And I saw Chef John Woodrum, who, shout out John, is an awesome chef I learned a lot from. But he's actually one of the first people who got me into this. And I saw him flambe a dish and flames went up. And I was like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
I was like, that was awesome.
Yeah.
So, I go up to him like, "Hey, chef, what did you just do?" And he's like, what does this guy want? You know what I mean?
Right.
And he told me, so I went home and I looked up what a flambe was, and I pretty much dove face first into culinary from that evening on. I got it in my head. I want to be a chef. I really enjoy this. And, I don't know if it's necessarily cooking the food or dealing with the recipes and all that. I think it's more the labor of love and the fact that like food is a love language. It's an international love language, right? Yeah. So if I can do something and make food or offer these meals to people and they like it, and it fulfills them, whether it's just nutritionally or, having a good time at a restaurant during a special time in their life, an anniversary, whatever, that's really, really rewarding. So, the businesses that I've built now are really based around that, is, being able to give people really good food, but more so a good experience, and make their quality of life a little bit better, while we're involved. So, I think it kind of stemmed from that, not necessarily a true joy of the chemistries of cooking, but the result. Yeah. I think that'd probably be the best way I could put what put me on this journey.
Yeah, you're right. It's I don't know what it is for me. I don't know if it's the satisfaction of cooking, and then you got the olive oil, avocado oil, you got the onions, you got the garlic. You get it started, you get that smell. You're like, this is gonna smack. This is gonna be so fucking good, right? Yeah. And then it's and then seeing everybody really love it. It's just
yes.
I encourage everybody to cook more at home instead of going out and buying, McDonald's and all that. Cause I'm not a fast food guy, but if you aren't going to cook at home, I highly recommend you check out this guy that I know, ChefEatz, right? He makes the best meals at home. You just pop in a microwave and boom, there you go. But yeah. Man. So how did this whole ChefEatz motorcycle come together?
Oh man. So, ChefEatz started as just, I kind of looked at the food industry and what was missing. And one thing I saw was there was microwavable meals, but they were all just like really bad. Yeah. They were created by these huge corporations where the bottom, the bottom line is incredibly important, probably more important than anything. So a lot of things take a back seat, like product quality, most importantly, and added preservatives and all that junk. So we started the business, and it took quite a while to really get going. And this last year was really huge, and a big moment because we changed how we packaged the meals. We were able to ship them. It's the 4th, so I think it was the 25th or something like that is when we bought the new packaging. So, it's been under a year since we've been doing the meals like we are, but I was at a track with some friends and we had lunch. I had to wait 20, 30 minutes per usual in a line to get food. And it was just like soggy French fries. Yeah, it was just a bunch of fried stuff, which is great, in the moment, but then I went out, first group after lunch, I slammed it down, maybe had 5 minutes to like get my suit back on, get some water in me, and head back out on track. And I came back off and I just felt like shit. It's just like, God, I feel like crap, man. You're sweating pork juice out of your forehead and stuff. It's just rough. And I said something along the lines like, man, I wish we had better options, for food. And a buddy was sitting next to me and he goes, don't you own a meal company? And I was like, maybe I should consider that, but how would I be able to do that? And that's when the packaging process came back into play. And that really pushed me in a direction to completely effectively change the entire business model of ChefEatz. And that's when it cranked off. Cause I knew that like, I wanted to be of value in this industry and in the moto world, because I love it. And they say, try to find a job that you enjoy so it doesn't feel like you work a day in your life, right? Well, I was able to, and that's the goal in life, I think, is that you want to find something that you enjoy that adds value to the world, especially your world. Yeah. So my world has been work, family, and then I found motorcycles and racing and track days. And I was like, wow, I haven't had a hobby or anything, my entire adult life. So, and I'm 37. So when this came along, it was just such almost like a visceral love of something that I've wanted for so long, but was just never in a position to do it and do it what I would say right, right. Which there is no right way to do it. I'll say that, but that's where I was in my head. I had to be there mentally. I had to be there financially, and funny enough, I did it backwards. Most people do track days and racing, and then they start having kids. I went and had, a whole, 6-person family. And then I'm like, let's start racing motorcycles. So, but it's such a great family experience, man. Anybody who knows our family and knows ChefEatz, we're out there with our whole family, man. When we were at Jennings with Precision a few weeks ago, my son Jade and I had went out on track, and I come back and he's like, got some filet mignons done, got some shrimp scampi's done. I'm like, yeah. He's like, yup. And we were doing promotional stuff, giving out meals, and people had paid him. So now he's got all this money, and I'm going, all right, well, now we got to go find these people. But they were nice enough to let him keep it. So he's able to, buy some V-Bucks stuff and stuff like that. But, we're always out there having fun, man. And like, it's so fucking rewarding to be able to work and also play at the same time. And my whole family's there, and the people I love are around me, and we're all just happy. The track community is, there's almost like this, I don't even know how to explain it. We're all doing pretty dangerous shit out there. So there's like this love and care that everyone takes with each other, which is, it honestly reminds me of kind of like a kitchen. And anybody who knows like back of the house life, it's, we're all, 10 sorts of fucked up.
We all got our own look, Daddy's drinking a little wine. I got this butcher knife. I suggest you back the fuck up, right? So you lose the right.
So, it's interesting in that regard, but that's how ChefEatz made it to the track. And we're just, super proud and honored to be a part of this industry now, and looking forward to really grow with it.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's a big thing.
Listen, and you've done amazing things so far, right? I mean, you got my man Isaac Woodworth,
man,
JD Beach, dude, JD Beach, yeah, Isaac's awesome, dude. Isaac, I love him, and his dad is
two incredible people, man. Absolutely. 2 incredible people.
Yeah, I actually met them both for the first time in Jersey, man. It was nothing but everyday hugs and laughs and high fives. And dude, that's actually the first time I had ChefEatz. He was like, I was starving, of course I'm not gonna go around and ask for food. I was actually on my way to go get some. He's like, man, are you hungry? I'm like, absolutely. So yeah, I had some pork chops, man, some roasted potatoes. They were good, man. Yeah, absolutely.
Nice, man. I got a cool story with Isaac. We met him. I think it might have actually ironically been maybe like a month and a half after I came to that realization to get ChefEatz into motion. and he was at Jennings, and he ended up riding my bike, which was like the coolest thing, as fast as that bike's been,
ever, right? Yeah.
But it was just the coolest thing, man, because like me and him got to talking. He came over, and I just out of the blue asked him, say, hey, you want to ride this thing? So, for real? I said, yeah, sure, man. Like, why not? And he went and asked his dad. His dad came over and goes, hey, are you sure? And I said, man, I trust him more on this bike than I trust 90% of my friends. So, and it was just really, really rewarding to go out there and watch him rip that bike, man. But, he was actually the very first person I reached out to and said, hey, listen, we're going to start bringing ChefEatz to the track. And, we'd like to take care of you if we can, and send you with some meals and just kind of have you help us crash course this year, which was, 2023 was a big year of learning. We had ups, downs, lefts, rights, you name it, we faced it. But, he was one of the first people, him and his dad were, two of the first people to really bring us in and say, you know what, let's do this. And that's really important to me, man. And I actually met them with Michael Correa and Jules too, which was really cool.
Those are my peoples, yes.
Yeah, and shout out to Michael, man. SFL Mini GP, that is such a cool program. I didn't want to get through this podcast without saying, shout out to him and what he's doing, because they're just breeding rockets out there.
I know.
I mean,
I'm like a huge supporter of
Fast Boys. It's wild.
I'm a huge supporter of SFL Mini. I actually run their logo on my t-shirts. I talk about them all the time. And I here lately, I've been like, Moto America, wake up. Like, you guys should collab with SFL Mini, man. And it'd be, because it's the best program we have here in America, I think.
Right. It's awesome.
Absolutely, 110%. But yeah, man, that's awesome, man. So 2023 has been taking off. You've been signing up a bunch of riders, and everything's on the up and up and coming. You're out there on the track, and I like that tracksuit you had. It's kind of like the white stripes and the white.
Oh yes, yeah, man. So that's I wouldn't get through this podcast without shouting them out either. That's a Hyper Naked brand, man, and Michael Kellum, he's the one who runs that company, and I have nothing but good things to say about him. The design process was like super easy, and the cool thing is that, like, he hit me up and I go, man, I just want something special, and he's like, I've got you, like, say less. And within a day or two, he's like, how do you like this? Boom. And it's a fucking chef coat. You know what I mean? And the pinstripes. And it was just
perfect.
There wasn't stuff all over it. It was just to where the reason it was perfect is because from far away, exactly what it is. There's no mistaking that there's a chef coat, chef way over there. Unfortunately, I didn't leave it clean too awfully long. Scuffed it up quite a bit. I don't think it was the first weekend, but it was pretty close. Yeah, man, I love that suit, man, and it gets a lot of head turns for sure.
It does. That's why when I seen that picture, I was like, I'm definitely using this picture. This one right here. It's proper mega. And look, dude, look at this. My man, what is up?
Oh, there we go,
dude. Oh.
What's going on, bud?
What's up, boy? Nothing. Just doing? Working. Doing good. How about you, Jeff?
Doing all right, man. I figured I'd bring you in here because we were talking about first sponsorships too, and you were one of the first people too that said, hey, you know what? Let's rock with this and let's see how it works. So wanted to bring you on, give you a proper shout out, and then introduce you to everybody. But no introduction needed for you. But thanks for swinging by, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Jeff. Thinking about it throughout even the past couple of months, you kind of reminded me of my father, speaking with him, because he truly started sport bike track here. He was a mechanic at a Cadillac dealership before I was born, and then him and a buddy had an idea to spend, I think, 10 grand each and build a website, and started out of our garage, and now we're here. So it's kind of just a memory, yes, and somewhat of an inspiration for me in the future, and it's greatly appreciated. Good food, get you jacked, get you shredded, get you girls. You know what I mean? That's all life's about. You know it. You know it.
There you go, brother.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, absolutely, we do.
Exactly.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff, man. So yeah, listen, Max, what an honor to have you on, man.
I appreciate it, man. We talked to you at Jersey. We had to make it happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we did. You know, and Jeff said, man, I got this special guest coming on, man, and so much has been going on, and I've been racking my brain. I was like, man, who's he talking about, right? He's like, do you want me to tell you? I was like, nope, don't. Keep it a secret, right? I don't want to know. Yeah, let's make it happen. So yeah, man. So listen, ChefEatz and Max, have you guys ridden on the track together before?
You have not.
No, not yet. Nope.
It's difficult because I'm up in Michigan. I'm 13 hours away in Georgia. I don't ride often. Like you guys were talking about the SFL Mini GP. You know, I wish I grew up in Florida and had a good time down there. But I really started riding when I was 11. And even since really the Moto America year, I haven't done any track days. I did like the weird GNF, did an endurance race, and I haven't ridden since. So I'll probably show up to Road Atlanta fresh on the bike. Go, yeah, let's give it a shot. You know, this is how America works.
There you go, full send, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly how to do it.
Yeah, not really, but
yeah, well, not really, but this is what we're doing. And then yeah, so I actually seen you guys got that new Alpine Star helmet in, man. Have you had a chance to try it out?
I have had a chance to try it out. I will say it's a real nice lid. I'm still my Shoei guy. Still love my Shoei helmets. But it's definitely impressive for a first-time helmet. I will say, trying it on, it fits great. It's super quiet. The field of vision is just like the Shoei. The ventilation's honestly, it's great for a first-time helmet. It's insanely impressive, and I think it's going to be a huge hit for everybody. Like everybody's doing pre-orders for other companies. We're just chilling because stock's very limited. But I know everybody that wants to get one of these, you got to wait until I think the launch date's going to be sometime in March. It's going to happen. They're all going to be gone that first day.
You're right. But you know what? Right now, if somebody wants to get the best food in the business right now delivered to the door or at the racetrack, look no further than ChefEatz. Absolutely.
Yep.
You don't have to wait. You go. Matter of fact, as we're doing this, you can go online right now and place an order.
Yep, no additives, no nothing. Straight muscle, right to the bicep. You know, that's where it's going.
Right for all the curls, for all the girls. That's right.
I heard that one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah, man. So, how did Max and Jeff meet? How did you two meet initially?
You know, I think I might have just said screw it and reached out and. I honestly can't really remember.
I recall sometime in March, I think you sent me a Facebook message, and I've seen you all over TDJU, and I've seen you posting links and stuff like that. And then truly got in depth to your website, talked with my father, and I was like, you know, let's do it. It's a good idea. He's a newer business coming up. We're kind of in the same boat. I was like, this is cool. Let's make it happen, and we did.
Yeah. And we were able, it was really cool too, because we kind of figured out what the needs were for each race weekend. And we were able to kind of adjust throughout the year and try to figure out, you know, once we're getting into this new year, what we can do to make things work out a little bit better, you know, for the rider, for the teams and stuff like that. One big thing I can say is we now have way bigger boxes that we can ship out. Thank goodness. Because it took like I think like a $5,000-$6,000 order to get all the liners that we needed, and we had to get the volume to get those purchases. So we did get that, and that helped a ton. So now we can send big team boxes with 40, 50 meals. So that'll be nice.
The win, that's going to be good for everybody.
It is. I'm actually excited for my ChefEatz to get here, so I can tell everybody, live while I'm eating, man. This stuff's so good, right? So, dude, Max, what's your favorite ChefEatz meals?
My favorite ChefEatz meal, truth be told, I'm a big fan of oatmeal. Like every morning, I have oatmeal, no matter what it is. I don't like a ton of sugar in it or nothing like that. I'm weird like that. But he made this peanut butter banana oatmeal, and excuse my French, but that stuff was the shit. Like, if I could eat one thing for the rest of my life, it'd probably be that damn oatmeal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude.
Who in this world's America doesn't like freaking peanut butter? Like, go live somewhere else. Go to Canada. You know what I mean?
That was funny, too, because you actually had said something like, man, if I could get, like, a high-protein peanut butter type, like, oatmeal, I think 2 days later, I was like, hey, check the menu, sent it over. So that's another cool thing about being a smaller business, man, is we have the longitude to do that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for sure. The leniency, and also the sponsorships you guys are coming up with this year, like being a part of a business now and being 18 years old and knowing how it works. It's really impressive on how you're able to do the whole sponsorship gig, and it's huge. And I'm really glad that you're growing. Like, it's honestly, I know how difficult stuff like that can be, and setting it up on the website and working with all these customers and athletes. It's really impressive, and it's just super cool to see.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's a huge, like, what we really wanted to do when we were thinking about how this is going to work is, are you guys hearing? Is your mic doing funny things?
No, on your end, I was going to say something. Yeah, yours is doing a little something on your end.
Let me see if I got to turn these things off.
I can't hear you. I think we're all right, but
what's going on? That's probably my bad.
All right, there you
Can
go.
you hear me?
Yeah, you sound better now. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, what we're doing with these sponsorships and is really trying to build the sport. So not only discounts to help save you guys money, when people are going to track days or their races, but the 1010 code is a really cool thing. So effectively what we do, is giving the rider racer a 10% code. And when their fans use that code, we take that 10%, match it, and send it directly to the racer, to their program, which is a really, really cool thing. And we'll hopefully allow people, it might not be much, but it's something that people can add to their program. And we're really, really proud of that.
Yeah, for sure. And I've had people reach out to us asking if we can do it. We have a cool racer support here at Sport Bike Track here. But how difficult that even matching that price can be. Again, it's real impressive for sure. And then another thing, how you were saying, is when you're at the track and you go to concessions, you wait in line, you get a hamburger, and you're like chicken tenders, fries, maybe a Coke. Like, I used to eat like that all the time, and you're like, I feel pretty good. And then as soon as you put those leathers on, again, you can feel that hamburger sweating out of your out of your armpit.
Yeah,
go out on track all bloated, feeling like a Dr. Pepper, maybe a Mr. Pibb, something like that.
Yeah, makes you feel like shit, dude. It really does. You're like, oh my God, and miserable. You're like, I just want to stick my finger down my throat and just get it over with and feel better, for real.
It ruins the day. Like, it ruins the day. It's unhealthy. Like,
it does.
I think I lost you guys.
I think it's Max. I think it's on Max's end, Jeff.
Give me a minute.
Yeah.
Does it work now? See if it works.
Yeah, that's better.
There we go.
All right. Yeah. So, Jeff, man, how did you go about picking the meals you were actually going to prep and advertise to everybody? Oh, he's on mute.
You're on mute.
He muted him. So there he goes.
There we go.
There he is.
Sorry, I'm new here. Now the menu changes every week, just a little bit. So like 3 meals, 4 meals might drop off, and then we'll add like 2 or 3 more on, or 3 or 4, whatever, to try to keep the menu kind of ever changing. And a huge help with coming up with the meals and actually doing a lot of the production and cooking is Chef Keith. I don't know if he's watching either, but you'll see some posts from him. One of my longtime friends, one for about 15 years, me and him did tons of restaurants together. He had, been my sous chef at some places. He was executive at places that I had worked at. So it was really cool to have him come out here and start really helping us. He got here about 5 months ago, so he's been a huge part of coming up with what meals are going to be on the menu and, what we're going to be doing in the future, what products we're going to use. So big shout out to Keith as well, Chef Keith.
Yeah, big shout out to Keith. And then Tim Price says, you can't sing. Is that true? You can't sing? Max, can you sing? I can't sing.
God no.
He said,
yeah. I've got Tim wrote down here too. He runs a shop called Top Performance Suspension, and he's a guru, man. Somebody who I can call up, and it's so funny. He's I'll call him up, and he'll go, "Fuck you do." And I'm like, okay, well, it's doing this and it's doing that. Well, okay, what'd you touch? And I go, okay, well, I did this. And he'll go, all right, do this, this, and that. I'll go out and if I don't call him back, it's usually a good thing. And then he'll text me 2 hours later and go, well, you didn't call me back, so you're welcome. Talk to you later. But anybody needs suspension work, man, hit up Tim. He's an awesome dude. Really talented, but an even better person.
That's awesome. And is he local to where you are,
or? He's out in like the Knoxville area.
Okay.
So,
all
but
right.
he travels around to a lot of these southern tracks. You see him at a lot of MA rounds working with people. So he's around this area.
Nice. Now, and then we have a comment from Andrew Gower says, Jeff unblocked me on Facebook, but don't do it, Jeff. No, I'm just joking.
I'm not gonna.
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh my, and then Andrew Davis, man, he says this story will always inspire me. Yes, he's definitely got an inspirational.
Yeah, Andrew Davis is an awesome
dude. He's a good dude. Yeah, he's a great dude.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Huge supporter from the beginning. Me and him got to officially meet each other out at Jennings the beginning of last year. So, super good dude. And he's come to our races. He came to my first race over at in CMP, man. So huge supporter of ChefEatz and what we're doing. So thank you, Andrew.
Yeah. He races at ZX9, don't he?
Yeah. He's doing his first season this year. Super stoked to see. He's come a long way, and that's not the easiest bike to throw around, but he does really well with it, man. That thing's beautiful.
Right? It is. I've always a fan of the older ZX9s. And then, of course, we got Curtis in the house. He said, Jeff is the man, huge supporter of our sport. Absolutely, man. And then I seen Max Van's comment, and the first thing I thought of, no bullshit, I was like, oh, shit, Max Van is watching this? I was like, I need to text him back and give him a schedule, which I will. I'll send you our podcast schedule for sure. But, yeah, I was like, that's when I looked down, I got all smiles. I was like, what? Max Van is watching right now? Yeah. That's awesome. And then Tim Price says, Tim Price is the man I hear.
Oh, see, here he goes.
Who said that?
Yeah, right. Yeah, who
take it back?
That?
Yeah, give him an inch, he takes a mile.
Right. And then Zach Martin said, we are most definitely a dysfunctional family. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Absolutely. Man. Yep.
Right. Everybody has a dysfunctional family. I think if your family's not dysfunctional, you're not human, right?
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. I think anybody who rides a motorcycle and does track days in Weir is definitely dysfunctional.
Right.
Yeah, you'll go there with a grand in your pocket. You spend $500 to get there, and then you got the hotels and food, and then you get like a free set of tires and maybe $300 from Weir once you win a race and you head home. It's nuts. I love it. Hey, crash. Hey, Max.
Yeah, right.
What's my price?
But at least you got some ChefEatz and good meals to eat with you on the trip along the way, right? Yeah, absolutely. And then Trevor Watson, man, says Max just said that ChefEatz makes some panty dropper dinners. He does. Absolutely, man. Listen, this is a meal you could take. Say, I cooked it in the oven, have a glass of wine, a candlelit for your woman, your girlfriend, whoever it is, and she'll never know the difference, man. We'll all keep it secret.
Like, listen to this. It may be $13.99 or something like that. You get her a nice sirloin steak with some potatoes. You take it. She's going to take it over McDonald's any day of the week. All you got to do is throw it in the microwave, put some salt on it, put it on a table. She's going to be like, wow, it's like a super soaker right now. It's great.
That's awesome.
It's funny. We have people who come in, some guys that'll come in and they'll buy like 2 filet mignon dishes. And they bring them home and reheat them, and that's what they serve on dates, man. So
exactly, they wink at you when you buy it.
Yeah, they're like, "So much for this, bro."
He's like, "I got a good bottle of wine. I'm getting lucky tonight, fellas. Thank you."
Like, I don't know how to say this word on this dish, but it looks good, and she's gonna love it. Like, yeah.
Listen. Yes, Tim. Absolutely, I do. Send me some videos of him singing. We can post.
Tim's a singer, man. Tim can put it down.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've never been. Of course, everybody's a shower singer, right? Yeah, I should. Yeah, but
everybody sings in the shower.
Yeah, everybody. And if not, you're lying to yourself. Yeah,
exactly,
for sure. And then we got a comment from Mario. Said just got done eating the shrimp gumbo from ChefEatz at lunch. Jeff, bring back the honey sriracha chicken. Also, don't forget about the charcuterie and new protein bars. Yeah, charcuterie. Sorry, I just murdered that fucking word. Okay.
Charcuterie.
Yeah.
That's funny you said that, Mario. I believe they're putting the sriracha, honey sriracha chicken on this Friday. So ironically, that's what's going back on there. So perfect timing. Thank you for the shout out, man. I tell you, getting positive feedback from Mario is huge. If you've been to the track with Mario, he is an absolute barbecue king. Like, I mean, just a food king, but barbecue dude. At Daytona, the spread he put out at the Daytona race was unreal. So anytime I know Mario's going to be there, not only is it awesome seeing Mario, but I know that I'm not going to have to cook as much. And I will actually have someone cook for me. So shout out to Mario, man.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
Awesome. That's good stuff. And then, of course, we got our boy Tate up in here. Said STG is 5 minutes from me.
Yeah,
he says I love going up there and pestering Max. Yeah,
he comes all the time. Jeff's a good dude. Jeff's a real good dude. I've known him, since probably 2020 when he started doing track days. I remember talking to him, and now he's almost at the Moto America level. So it's kind of cool to see the progression. This can happen to anybody. It's cool that Moto America's also got the opportunities. It's not like World Superbike where you need all this money, all this, this rig. You can show up, and I've seen some dudes in a pickup truck with their bagger, and they're like, "I'm here. Let's do it. Let's do it. Where's my ChefEatz? Where's my ChefEatz? And where's my qualifying spot? Let's go for it."
Yeah.
Let's do it. And then, of course, we have the other man, the Brian, man. I've been a huge fan of your dad for a long time. Yeah, so I had to put this on there. Where's your fucking team shirt, Max?
We know who the real professional racer is.
Oh, shit. Man.
That's good stuff, man.
He's probably 20 foot away from me right now, sitting up in front. I'm just in the video room, just chilling back here.
Well, good. We tell Brian I said hello because, dude, I'm a big fan of you guys for a long time. Obviously, I bought stuff from STG, but before I actually got a sticker on my dresser. So yeah, it's
Thanks, brother. Thanks, man.
Yeah, I'm just waiting on Brian to actually throw a T-shirt across your face right now and say, "Here, put this on."
Oh, right. No. He's probably going to do something like that. He's got team shirts up front that are, for his size, not me. Jesus, man. I'm looking like a skinny little girl if I wear that shit.
He said, "I have a dress on, man." What?
Yeah, exactly.
Mario says, "Appreciate
Absolutely,
the love."
man.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. And then, of course, he says, "You better be punched out, bro." That's it. Don't do this on the clock, Max. Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm gonna walk up front, open the door, do an uppercut right from a 200-pound bald dude.
Good stuff, man. What is up, Greg?
What's
Champion?
up, Greg?
Yeah, that's awesome stuff, man. So listen, 2023 has been magical. Jeff, what's going on in 2024? What's the game plan? I know you got JD Beach on, you got Isaac Woodworth on. Who else do you have on the program? Max Van, of course. So
yeah, we've got so many. Let's see. This is like kind of my extra office, but I mean, these are all packages I've got to send out to, keep people their stuff. Those are all the sponsorships. So more than I could name, man. And which is a real honor. It's just really, really cool to be able to help people out and have them try our stuff out, give them opportunities, create some revenue for their program, which is really important. And then, as far as, I guess I could say it's not a sponsorship, but one of my really good friends, Kevin, he's actually one who rode and raced a bagger in 23, with Bagger Racing League and Azra. We hit the same circuit for my 23 season. And his son is getting into racing, Carter. So we're actually going to be supporting his efforts. Not really sure what exact races, what circuit we're going to do. We're still trying to plan it out based on, ChefEatz. But we'll be, supporting him. So it's going to be really cool to see Carter out there really tearing it up. Young kid and just a natural talent. So super excited to see what he can start, really putting down now that he's got some, real honest support with, people that really care for him. So it's going to be a really good time. I'm excited for 24 in almost every aspect. I know it's going to be tough because, good things don't come easy. We're going to be a lot more focused. We know what we have to do when it comes to vending. We've already sharpened up the sponsorships thanks to, Max and Isaac. for helping us, in 2023 to figure out what we should be doing, what we can be doing better, the things we need, especially like the bigger boxes and bigger liners where it was a huge thing. I sent out a team package and I just had to do it, but I had to tape 2 boxes together that were like separate liners. They got there, but we had to do what we had to do, but we weren't having, those size orders getting shipped out yet. So that really led us to looking at the whole situation in a different light. And then vending, has been a challenge because it's, we're reheating all these meals with microwaves.
Yeah.
So you think about having 6 to 8 microwaves and what kind of power that pulls and how we need it to be reliable when we're heating up people's meals. Because, we don't want to be there as a quick, convenient, healthy option and still have people stand in line and wait. So that was a challenge, but we're going to be a lot more focused in that regard, trying to set up like actual dining areas where people can sit down and eat, which is going to be cool. We just got a lot of things going on in our head that is highly focused on the experience of the end user, and we happen to be there. So we have to make it good for everybody, ourselves included. So I really like looking at it like what would I want another company to do if I were, if I were looking from somebody else's perspective at our company.
Yeah.
And I've just, I guess you could say just kind of lead in with your heart. A lot of times our brain tells us to do one thing that may be a little bit more lucrative, might be the smarter short-term business move, but lead in with your heart usually wins. Sometimes it's a little bit more painful. You face a little bit more challenges, but that's just kind of what we're trying to do in 24 is just refocus, take everything we learned, especially the mistakes, the failures are, people are so scared of failure anymore, but that's where you learn, that's where you grow. So we had a lot of failures, but they're positive failures. So we may have failed, but we learned why we failed, how we failed, and how for it to not happen again. And in 24 we'll fail again, and that's good because we'll grow from it then. So I just plan on getting bigger and bigger until we own a superbike team, and I'm just required for work to be at the track all the time until we make enough money to buy a personal track, and then just everybody can come whenever the fuck they want, and we'll just party.
I love it, dude. The personal track I'm in. Yeah.
It's funny because I look at these tracks for sale, and as stupid as it sounds, I'm like, how cool would that be?
Yeah.
So that's, it's a goal. Why not? If we could have it, why not do it? I think it'd be cool.
I think it would be too. And listen, Brian said fucking Facebook gave me a warning for that comment. Oh, that's awesome. And then everybody knows Ryan Rawls. What is up, my man? He says, great podcast today, guys.
How you doing, Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan's awesome. Actually, had him on.
Lounge.
He is. Yeah, he's a good dude. We're actually going to do a little, y'all stay tuned, a little collaboration. Me and him's got a little something in the works together. And then Keith says, it's cool seeing this side of the business. We appreciate every one of y'all. There
goes Chef Keith.
Yep. There he is. Yep,
Thank you for everything, Keith, man.
Absolutely. Trevor.
Right there, bro.
Trevor says, if you have a microwave cake, Tim Price would be a customer.
Oh, don't even call him out like that, dude.
Tim Price is my microwave cake.
Dude, that's awesome.
That's even worse.
Yeah. So I actually have so Rod to Death says Jeff Servin and Max Van. Ask Max about his shipping art.
So sometimes like they'd message us and they'd be like, draw a dick on my package. And we're like, what? You draw a dick on it. I'm like, you said dick? I'm like, okay. Yeah. Okay. You said dick. So we'd had somebody back here draw a penis or something, dude, like with veins, and have it be cool. And hopefully I get a cool warning for this, man. It's 2024. Maybe I'll wake up with one tomorrow. Maybe I don't. You never know.
I love it, dude. That's good shit right there. That is awesome. And then of course, my man, Northeast Jules. Oh, snap, it's Max Van Den Beast up in the house. That's awesome. Yeah, Jules is a host of the podcast too. So we'll see him back on here soon in the future. Let's see. Zach Martin also says, I'm keeping this video in my Google Drive about the personal track. LOL, I'm holding you to it.
Yeah. So once you're able to look up Jeff Servin's net worth over at ChefEaz and you see it's like 7 million, you're like, he looks like you got some leniency to buy a track.
Yeah. Hey, not gonna lie, I hope that happens, because if it's up there, then it'll be more than one track.
Right. Yeah. And listen, I'm glad we're actually going back to Mid Ohio. Right.
Me too.
That's pretty cool, man.
It's gonna be. Have you ridden Mid Ohio before, Max?
No, I haven't. So I got an offer, but I was only 15 years old. And then you have to be 16 to ride there apparently. And then I think I'll probably do a couple track days before the Moto America round this year. But by the looks of it, like I've been going back to all the old AMA Pro Superbike races. I probably watched as many as I can over and over again, like 40 times, just to take a look at the track, and it looks like a shitload of fun. I mean, anybody who can make their way up there, I'd probably do it just because that thing looks pretty badass.
Yeah,
I haven't had a chance to ride it, but definitely want to.
Yeah, well, you will this year, right?
Yeah, shit. Well, he will, not me.
I'm not going out there. Yeah, and then Terry says, Carter skipping high school to watch the podcast.
Awesome.
Damn, I didn't know he was skipping. I would have had him come in.
Yeah, well, I mean, he can still jump in. All you gotta do is send him the link.
Let me send him the link.
That's it. Just send him the link.
Maybe he's sitting in the bathroom seeing what's going on.
Right. But yeah, I really want to quiz Max, everybody, because I actually got a couple personal questions on my Facebook Messenger. But I want to save that for just Max's podcast, because we'll have that me and Max. I'll call you as soon as we get done with this, and we'll work it out. But everybody just stay tight. We'll definitely get Max on here and get his story out there. But listen, so I met Jeff right on Facebook, and we had a couple conversations, and I was actually out in Europe, and he's like, dude, I got a surprise, man. I got Max Van coming on with me, right? And I was like, what? No way. You got to be kidding me, right? And and we just been friends ever since. And reached out to Max, obviously, when I met him at Jersey, but also Jeff too at the same time. Was like, man, it'd be an honor, to have you on so we can get you on here to tell your story. So listen, I want to put up the leathers and the boots and the gloves and the chef hats and all that. I want to know what Jeff likes to do away from all that, right? Like, what's your favorite Netflix series? What you watching now?
Oh God. What are we watching now? I'm not even sure. We watch a lot of to be honest, a lot of times we don't have much time to watch TV because with our two daughters are quite young, 5 and almost 2, so very young. They're all over the place. So between work and all that stuff, we tend to watch a lot of crime type stuff. You know what I mean? Like I can't think of the mysteries and shit like that. Those type of shows, Dateline or whatever, where they show mystery murders and all that crap. Also shows like Suits. I really liked Suits. We just finished that up. Finance stuff, all the stuff that gets you all jacked up and, excited. And all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to be a fucking trader now. And I'm like, trade stock options in my basement after watching Joe Billions, which I tried. It didn't work out well.
Yeah. Right. Listen, I said that after I seen the movie 300 Spartan. I said, I'm going to be a fucking Spartan. I got there and try to, I got a buddy that works at Carter. He got one of those big ass tires. I'm out there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to be a Spartan today. It's like, yeah. So I get it. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. So Max, obviously you're here. So Netflix, man, what are you watching now?
To be honest, dude, I've never really watched Netflix. I think when I was younger, I probably like 7th or 8th grade. I'm 18 years old, and I watched that show called Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And after a little while, dude, I had a girlfriend. That ended. I got a girlfriend now. She's great. But I got real into working out, dude. I love working out. I love pumping iron. I love getting the heart rate up. I like looking in the mirror and looking, at myself naked. Like, damn, Like my girlfriend's lucky to have this. You know what
I
I mean?
love
Check
me,
it out.
boy. Look at that. Yes.
Exactly.
Where the baby oil? Give me some baby oil.
Yeah.
Selfies on Instagram, baby. What? Yes. I
Give a
love it,
Speedo.
dude.
Let's do it. Where's my Speedo?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Little things like that. My girlfriend
Little
for
things
Christmas,
like that.
she got me an Xbox, and I'm super grateful for it because I haven't played video games in 2 years. And man, I've been running up with some Fortnite recently, getting after it. You know what I mean? Like after I work out and shit like that, it's been a good time. So that's it, dude. That's it.
I tried playing that, man, but my boys just fucking wax my ass in that game every time. In any game, really.
Yeah.
Which is frustrating because I thought I was good at video games.
Me too.
They're just kids are built different nowadays.
Well,
man.
100%.
it's funny y'all say that because I got a PS5 and my son, I gave him my PS4, so he's like, let's play Fortnite. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck him up. He don't even. I'm talking shit in another room. I'm gonna murder him, right? Dude, not even close. I'm like,
Nah.
can we go play Call of Duty now or some Ride 4? Because I'm definitely gonna spank your ass in that. But it's and then this is awesome. Keith says OnlyFans ChefEatz edition.
What would that be? What would that be?
Yeah, Keith, give us a rundown, the layout of that. Yeah, that's
an 8-ounce pork chop.
Oh shit, dude, that's awesome. So all right, let me ask you guys, Star Wars or Star Trek?
People are probably gonna hate me for this. Neither.
No, it's okay.
I don't watch much sci-fi stuff. I just never really got into it. I guess I'd say Star Wars because I've watched more Star Wars than I've watched Star Trek. I don't think I've ever watched an episode of Star Trek, to be honest.
Yeah. Max?
I'm in the same boat as him. Like I probably seen, I don't know how many Star Wars there are. My dad used to watch it because he was a nerd. But after the fact, like when a new one would come out, he'd be like, "We gotta see it. It's the day after Christmas. We go and it's packed full of people." And I'm watching a movie that I don't really care about. I'm like, dude, I'd much rather be at home laying naked in my bed right now. I don't know why you have me at AMC watching some movies. I'd rather be eating some ChefEatz at home. Pumping some iron with some sirloin running through the blood.
That's it. That's good stuff, dude. Listen, Stephanie said only pans.
Only pans.
Oh God.
What is up, Brian?
There he is.
Censored. Kids getting censored now. Dude, you said some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard said on a podcast ever.
I love it, dude. It's awesome.
My God.
You're welcome.
What's up, bro?
Hey, I came out of your nutsack. You gotta remember that.
Yeah, that's right. You made me. I'm a spitting image of you.
Exactly. At least I have hair, a little bit of it.
Oh, damn. I got some to lend.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it, man. I say I got 4 more years left and I'm done. So
yeah, it's I'm still lucky. I'm 45. I still got a full head of hair, so I can't complain at all.
I don't think I'll have to deal with balding, but we'll see.
Yeah, it don't look like it for sure, right? Yeah,
you're looking good. Nothing's receding. You got a perfect hairline, or you're perfect. Yeah. You're good. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. That's awesome.
You could get a buzz cut and not look stupid. You know what I mean?
That's good stuff, man. So, books. Did you guys read any books?
I don't too often, to be honest with you.
No.
Sometimes motivational ones, stuff like that, finance books, but as far as like novels, not really. I actually do audiobooks because it's actually time I have that's on the road. A lot of times when I'm heading to the track, if it's just me, I'll throw on an audiobook, and just have that 6-7 hours of just taking in some positivity and plant seeds. That's and you got me.
You can't even read, man. What are you talking about?
I was gonna say, have you heard me speak? Does it sound like I read any damn books? Let's be real here, man.
But I'm like you. I listen to audiobooks. I do like to read, but the problem is if I read, I'm out, right? So yeah, I like audiobooks. I'm actually reading Zen and the Art of Motorcycle right now, and I just got done with Randy Lanier. bro, I'm telling you right now, that book is fucking wild. He was an IndyCar, a car racer, smuggling drugs and selling drugs. The fun is racing career, and it just the story is just it's just a good story. It like keeps you into it. I'm like, I'm gonna listen to one more chapter. I'm gonna listen to one more chapter, and finally, I'm 3 hours into it. I'm like, I got it right now, right? So yeah, it's good stuff. So let me ask you two this: celebrity crush.
Ah, man,
I'm married,
man.
I'm married too, but I still got a celebrity crush.
Everybody's got something like that,
right?
Like that. You know, my girlfriend, she's beautiful. I love her. Everybody's got a celebrity crush. Who's that one girl? Isn't that Jennifer Aniston? Who's the one that's like 60 years old and she looks like she's 30? Yes. I don't know if it's plastic.
Jennifer Aniston is probably a good one because of Friends, at least with my generation.
Yeah, I saw her. You know, there's a few movies with her and Adam Sandler. I think she had a couple, and that's kind of where I figured her out of. But she's not really a celebrity crush. It's just a girl that I think is good looking. That's over the age of 40 and 50.
Completely changed the
the best looking cougar there is.
But let me tell you about a 40-year-old
cougar. Yeah,
that looks good.
Let me tell you about this cougar boy.
Yeah,
I know.
That's awesome. Hey, Jennifer Aniston, if you listen, we got some ChefEatz sirloin, we got some wine, we got some candle. Max loves to work out and pump that iron.
I love to work out, and I have an expensive Dunlop tire bill. So if you got a good credit card, we're good. We're good.
That's awesome. Look,
Dunlops.
BR says they make audio books of porn. I never looked it up. I'm pretty sure they do.
Don't know. That would be cool.
Listen, the funny story about that. So I got some mates out there in BSB that I've had on, and Benny Grayson and my man Jake Marsh, which is actually Jake Marsh's shirt, team shirt. He actually runs my logo on his race bike in his team shirts, and it just I get emotional when I talk about it because I never envisioned. I've been such a fan of the sport, right, that I would be in the group with everybody and actually see something that we created actually on people's, people wearing our shirts and our hats and all that stuff. But so Benny was telling me the story. He's like, when I had Zach on, he said, man, you got to ask Jake this question. So when they were at the track together throughout all 2023, every time Jake and his dad would leave the pits, he would run over there and connect his phone to his Bluetooth speaker and put on porn and put it on full blast volume. So when they would come back, dude, they're playing porn on the speakers, dude. And everybody's like, what's going on? Yeah, that's good stuff, right? That's good humor, man. That is good humor. That's good stuff. That's Imagine perfect. That, right? Yeah, coming back to the pits.
You're going to get a warning now for saying porn.
Probably. Yeah. Probably. Yeah, it's that. Yeah, it's hard to in the social media world we have, right? It's hard to, especially when you're having a good time, you bullshitting. Yeah, you're gonna slip up and say some shit, right? But
yeah, 100%,
I don't give a shit. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah,
it is what it is. We'll only get kicked off for so long anyway, right?
Very, very true.
So, but yeah. Listen, fellas, this has been a good one, man. I really enjoyed this. Yeah. Good stuff. So, Chef, how do you reach out to all these people? Like initially, do you hit them up on Facebook or?
In regards to what? Like
hey, I'm getting on your meal schedules and stuff like that, like sponsoring riders.
Oh, well,
or if anybody's listening and they want to be part of that partnership.
Yeah. So what we have is you could go on our website at heychefeatz.com. The eats with a Z. I might be able to comment in here or something. I'm sure somebody will in there. More like, sorry, I'm reading the comments.
Yeah, me too. It's hilarious, man. They keep coming in. It's just fucking awesome.
Yeah, go on to Hey Chef Eats. There's a sponsorships tab. Honestly, like the idea with the sponsorship is we obviously have some different tiers. So we have a tier of like pro sponsorship. So if you're on the pro level, you're doing really well. There's going to be that added. There she is. Thank you, babe. If you're at that level, there's obviously going to be a little bit different structure of a sponsorship. But even at the lowest level, we've got high discount, deep discounts for riders. And we really don't care who signs up. And if you sign up, we're gonna make it happen, because at the end of the day, it's not just about helping just, one person. It's about helping the collective to grow the sport and make it a more affordable, more enjoyable, just a better experience all around. And, one thing I saw that was really missing from this sport was nutrition and food. There's other brands that are kind of inserted into this sport, but I'm not sure that they're the best choice if you're looking to get like the best nutrition and not have some of those, additives and stuff like that. So, I think that's another big thing is that we don't have this weird corporate bottom line that we have to look after. Yeah. We look at our bills, we pay our bills, and then we go, we have this extra money. What can we do to build? And I think that's a real testimony to, believing in what you're doing and enjoying what you're doing is that, you see a lot of people who will start a business or an idea. They start getting a little money. They spend it on whatever, but not the business. And then all of a sudden the business is in the tank, and one cool thing about our business is it's so involved with something that we all love. Yeah. So it's really easy to say, all right, we've got a little bit of extra money. Where can we put it? Where can we put it to make the experience for us while we're at the track, while we're vending, while I'm racing? What can we do to build ourselves inside the sport? So, it's if you want to work with us, and we want to work with you, and it's about as simple as that at the entry level of sponsorship.
Nice. And of course we got Key says Chef Chucky at OnlyFans coming soon.
Oh God.
That's awesome, dude. Yes, that's good stuff. So listen, Max, let's talk a little bit about your 2023 season, man, in Moto America. Your expectations going into the season, and then did you achieve the goals you achieved through 2023?
If I want to be honest, no, I didn't. I thought I was going to come out there and win the championship, but Avery showed up to the first round. Well, basically that Saturday I rode Atlanta, and he was like, I'm not here to play. And I was honestly surprised, and kudos to him for kicking my ass the whole season, kicking all of our ass, if we're being honest. Like, it was really, really impressive. I wanted to win the championship. I was able to get third, which, definitely isn't good enough. But my problem is I started off so strong in the beginning of the season. My speed's still there at the end. I just don't know why my aggression's gone, and that it's something I really need to work on. I'm one of the bigger kids out there, and I should be, real rough, and tough. I'm strong, and I think this year I feel like I needed a fresh restart because I was on that little bike forever. You know what I mean? I had the nutrition. I had, again, that sirloin, that chicken, those potatoes, getting after it with oatmeal and shit. But man, I just need to fight. And I think with the Super Sport, that's what I'm doing this year on a Team Hammer built Gixxer 750. I think it's going to be, every, as my dad said and kind of explained, every time is a chance for greatness. And I can either go out there and, I can want to finish in 10th or, fight for the top 5. And I truly think I have the speed and somewhat the skill to do it. I just got to find a rhythm and get in and be, hey, I fucking believe in yourself. It's time. Let's make it happen. And, you can wad it up. Your dad's going to fix it and go out there tomorrow, have it again. So that's it.
There you go.
Good. Yeah, man. Awesome. Well, you already knew I was cheering for it. Dude, I got so many friends, right? Especially in Junior Cup that they always give me a hard time saying, there's a little inside thing me and Isaac and everybody's got, right? They always ask me who my favorite Junior Cup rider is, right? And I say all of them. I love every single one of you guys. I cheer for every single one of you, right? I want to see everybody win. Obviously, there can only be one, but I'm still cheering for you whether you finish 5th or 10th or whatever, right? I got Eli Block. I met Block, right? Block, dude. Eli in Jersey was.
Yeah, the Rain Man, dude.
Dude, he was something else, right? So he actually gave me his leather suits I got hanging up back here. So I went up to Isaac and I threw it down at his feet. I said, Eli's my favorite rider, right? And then he he just looked at me, man, and he actually gave me his belly pan off his Ninja 400 on Sunday and signed it, Max and Jeff. So I went up to him and I gave him a big old hug and I whispered in his ear. I said, "You're my number one now." And
I don't know.
Yeah,
Eli's listening to it like, shit, man. I gotta give him a bike now.
Yeah, I
right,
was gonna say,
yeah. I gotta step up my game now.
keep leveling up.
Listen, Eli is awesome. He actually co-hosts with me on one or two, and it's something that he wants to, come on and co-host on the podcast, which is really cool because you'll have a racer on there that thinks like a racer and has a different perspective on thing versus me that I just do track days and I'm slow as fuck. I'm fast on ride forward, but that's it, right? Let's just be honest. So, but I mean, I would love every time I see Max out there and all these guys, I mean, since I was a little kid, I wanted to be a professional racer. That's what I wanted to do. Fortunately, I grew up riding, but I didn't grow up racing, right, on the dirt or the street. My mom was always like, fuck no. My dad's like, because my dad was a fighter pilot in Navy. So he's like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Mom's like, and when mama says no, pretty much, yeah. So
that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Pretty much that, right? But I did buy my before I got a car, when I turned 16, I bought a street bike instead of a car. So yeah. So yes, Mom, I know you watch. I love you anyway. My mom's gonna hit me up here in a minute and be like, you're in trouble. Nah. So yeah, it's man. Listen, I'm excited about the 2024 season for both of you. ChefEatz is it just keeps going up. Max Van's gonna be a champion soon for sure. Future of the sport.
Absolutely, work for it.
110%.
That's it. Even if I'm not a champion, which of course is going to be my goal. My goal this year is to get a podium, but I want to be in the series forever. And I know, or in the sport. I know Jeff, he probably has some desire like that too. You just want to be like, my father or even Chris Ulrich. Like, even though he doesn't race anymore, he's been in the sport, since he's been out of the womb. You know what I mean? So that's something I want to look up to. I love motorcycles. I love riding. I love dirt bikes. I love America. I love women. It's motorcycles, motorsports, revolves around that, and that's it, dude. That's it. So I just kind of want to be in the sport for the rest of my life.
Yeah, me too, right? So I always wanted to be a part of the sport as much as I can. And when we had started this podcast, it was originally just motorcycle reviews, and I was like, man, let's reach out to the riders, right? Let's get them involved. And now, I mean, I never imagined I'd be where I'm at right now with it. So yeah, it's something I always wanted to give back to the sport as much as it's given me growing up in my life, right? And giving everybody the opportunity, no matter what your role is in Moto America or BSB or World Superbike or wherever it is, right? Whether you're a tire changer, a chef at the track, right? A racer, a pit guy, it don't matter. Everybody's got their own story. Everybody's got
or all three.
Or all three, right?
All three. That's what Jeff is. He's got it.
There it is, right? Yeah. Greg Champion says, "Are you getting old, Max? Can't keep up with the young bucks."
For the junior cup.
Yeah, for the junior cup. Yeah.
Maybe getting a little big. I don't know.
But, might weigh about 60 pounds more than most of them.
I'm only like 160 pounds. To be honest, I kind of want to get up to closer to 165, 170, just because I know one of my coaches, Josh Hayes, he raced at 175 all year, and I think if I'm strong now, I know that I got endurance, so I have that for sure. But I do think even a couple extra pounds, just being able to attack that like a Hayden Gillum style is gonna work for sure.
Nice. Absolutely. And then my man Jack Knights, BSB, what is up, my man? How you doing? Yeah, it's hold up, Joe. Joe says my guy Max will be getting some ChefEaz this year. Great show.
100%, my man Joe Cupido. Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. I really appreciate it. Yes, man, and yeah, it's always an honor to sit down and have conversations like this with everybody. I mean, look at the great time we've been having, man. This has been awesome, dude. This has been great, man. It really has. It's so 5-year goal. Where do you see yourself in 5 years, Jeff? And same question for you too, Max.
Ooh, 5 years.
Like 5 years from now, where would you like to be with ChefEatz as far as
with ChefEatz,
paddock and all that, right?
As big as it can be, without any compromise on quality, attention to detail. That's a huge focus, is just building this brand as big as it can be. A lot of people say, I don't care if it makes this much money, and I don't care about this. I do, because I know the bigger I can build this brand and build my life, the more I can bless the people in my orbit. So, you know, that's our goal. Just build and continue to build, grow, as far as, you know, personal growth, and grow as a business, grow as much as I can in almost any regard. Just trying to be better, do better, become more successful, help as many more people as I can. You know, we've started that. I've always kind of been someone who likes to, you know, give. I wholeheartedly believe that what you put out in the world is what you get back 10 times. And it's like a cheat code, right, for life. You know, if you want good things to happen to you, do good shit.
Yep.
It's
Facts.
fucking that easy.
Yep.
It really is. And, you know, sometimes it's a little bit more painful, but the reward is just worth it. So, you know, that's my goal. Become as ruthlessly successful as possible, and just share that as much as I can. You know, that's the goal, man. Comfort and peace, and being able to bring what I have to the world and the people I love, man.
How many Moto America rounds are you going to do this year, Jeff?
Like vending or
both vending and riding?
No, I won't be riding any. Definitely not there. But you know, I'm not sure what races I'll be doing this year. I think I might stay more focused on Carter, and but I would like to get to. I'll likely definitely make it to the Road A round, and would like to try to get to a couple other rounds just to kind of see everybody. I was lucky enough to get to the last Road A round, and you know, Max was nice enough to invite me over there, which was really cool. You know, I had to bring my truck down into the paddock, and you know, there's this state trooper sitting there, and I go, look, I just got to meet up with these guys. I got to drop off some packages. I was dropping off packages to Isaac, Max, and also a buddy named David Ortiz, super fast guy in super sport, had some of his first races last year. Really nice guy, but I was dropping food off to them, and I said, you know, I got to get down there with these packages. And this guy was so serious. He's like, listen to me. If that fucking truck sits there without you near it for more than 5 minutes, it's getting towed and you're not getting it back. And I was like,
wow.
Like, whoa, okay. So like, that's why when I came into your tent, I was kind of like half in and half out. Because if they take my truck, I'm gonna be mighty pissed off.
I knew you had the Terminator whisper in your ear, like, hey, motherfucker, come on.
I'm
watching you.
Pretty amped up, so.
Watching you, bitch.
Yeah, but the time I got to spend about 30 minutes down there, and the energy was just like through the roof. So really, really looking forward to that, bringing the kids out and having a good time. So
for sure,
Road A will probably be the definite, and then if I can get to some of the closer ones in this region, then for sure. But regardless, ChefEatz will be at those rounds whether I'm there or not. So you'll see either our banners or our boxes or people eating the food. So we're really trying to raise up our presence in the Moto A paddock. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Max, 5 years from now.
So 5 years, right now I'm 18. In 5 years I'll be 23. So of course I want to start owning, some sort of percentage in this company. Granted, I need to take out a small loan of something. Thanks, Dad. No, all jokes aside, that's probably what it is. I want to grow this company, but my biggest thing is when people come to work, I don't want them to hate their lives. I don't want them to go home and go to sleep at night realizing, I don't want to wake up at 7 a.m. to come here. I don't want, I don't enjoy it, but I want them to come to work and they can say some out of pocket stuff like Sean Strickland in the UFC and have a good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's it. Just want people to be happy. And, I just hope motorsports just continues to grow. And that's really it, dude. I hope these electric bikes all fail because I just want, I want more Triumph power. I want more, some beautiful Suzuki Gixxer 750s coming our way. That's it. That's really it.
Now I feel you on that. The whole electric side of motorcycles is just there is a future in them, right? But it's just it's not what we want. When I see a V-twin, I want to hear that bop 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 bop. When I see Ducati, I want to hear that clack 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 clack. I don't. I don't want none of that.
You want to smell that MR12 too. You don't want to just see something plugged in. Like what the hell? What the hell is that?
Burnt rubber from an electrical short.
Right. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, listen, guys, man, this is almost an hour and 30 into this. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go here in a minute. But I need you guys to stay on just for a minute when I end the video. But listen, Jeff, I need you to give a shout out, tell everybody where they can find you, how they can follow you, all that good stuff.
ChefEatz on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere. Just ChefEatz. That's EATZ. Our website is heychefeatz.com. Look up the sponsorships if you want to join up with us. Shoot me a message anytime you have any questions. If I can help, I will. If not, my wife will help out, or Keith will, and get you pointed in the right direction. We're just looking forward to 2024. I know it's going to be a big year. I can feel it. And honestly, I expect it and demand it, from the universe. It's going to be a fucking breakout year for a lot of people, man. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you for having me on here. Thank you, Max, for swinging by, man. Always appreciate that. And truly looking forward to the next time we get to do this, which I hope is soon.
Yeah, we will, dude. Trust me, we definitely will. Max, bro, thank you for a guest appearance, man. What an honor. So tell everybody where they could find you and where they can get some of the best merch at the best store there is in STG.
100%. Yeah. It's going to be sportbiketrackgear.com. Our phone number is 888-784-4327. My personal extension is number 248. Hint the two last. This is backwards, but this is 48 here. You can't freaking see. That's my race number. So extension 248. Email is just maxfan@sportbiketrackgear.com. Pretty damn simple. And again, I appreciate you having me on here. It's a great time. We'll do it again soon for sure.
Oh yeah, 110%. And listen, I appreciate everybody that watched and comment. This will be out tomorrow on Spotify and all that good everywhere but Apple. And then you can immediately rewatch it as soon as I end this video now. So yeah, and it's also you can watch it on YouTube right away too. But listen, thank you to everybody. What an honor it is to have the fastest chef in America on the podcast. To have Max Van, dude, in the house. What an honor. Moto America Junior Cup going to be in Super Sport next year. So
yes, you guys, super stoked to see that, man. That's
me too,
be,
man. It's Super Store. It's so stacked. It's the most stacked class next year.
Yes.
No bullshit.
I got JD Beach, Tyler Scott. Like this is just the top 10 is going to be super bike all over again. Like God, it's going to be a hassle. But again, another chances for greatness or another chance for greatness. Man. When you're nervous, that's when you got the most power underneath you. It's got to control it. That's what you got to figure out.
Light the fire, my man.
That's it.
Hell yeah, man.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. But yes, thank you guys so much. You guys stay tuned for Max's exclusive podcast.
Thank you, everybody.
And
sure.
Chef, sign up. I'm telling everybody, sign up for ChefEatz. Simply amazing and the best. Before I get off here, I got to give a big shout out to my sponsor, the Clothing Kings. They make all my merch out there. And yes, it's in the UK. It's hard for me to find somebody here in America that can actually beat what I can't even talk. Beat what they can do. They are just simply amazing. And again, my man Jake and his dad for all the sponsorship out there in BSB. It's been simply amazing. And to all you guys, I simply love you. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Until next time, I'm Chris the Show Simcoe. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me give one last shout out.
Do it.
I gotta give one last shout out to my wife Stephanie. She has been she came from a nursing background and dropped fucking everything to join in on this dream of mine. And I don't think some of these moto wives get enough credit, but she's there at every event. She holds it down, watches the kids while I'm racing, while I'm racing. And she's a fucking huge part of ChefEatz. So a lot of times if you're writing in, you're probably talking to her. So, and again, her name's Stephanie. So I just wanted to do one quick shout out for her, because to be fair, all of this shit that I'm doing right now wouldn't be possible without her. So thank you, babe. Figured I'd throw that in there at the end because it's she means a lot to me, man, and she's responsible for a lot of this. So
yeah, no worries. Big shout out to Stephanie. And listen, I can't wait to meet Jeff. I'm trying to make Daytona. I'll definitely be at Road Atlanta and at Jersey again. I'm trying to make it to Barber, but I'm also going to Texas in April for the MotoGP race, and I got to take my wife somewhere. So I'm trying to figure all this shit out right at one time. But yes, I can't wait to finally meet everybody. It's going to be it's going to be a good time for sure. Nothing but hugs and high fives and all the jokes and the shit we do, right? Yeah, absolutely. It is. But listen, everybody, I got to go back to work. Thank you guys so much. I'm Chris Simcoe, my man Jeff Servin, and of course the legend himself, Max Van. I appreciate it.
Boys,
thanks again, gentlemen.
Yep. Thanks, guys. We'll see you soon.
All right. Thanks, man.
See ya.
All right, hang on one second.